because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is COLM McGuigan for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by the main man, Jamel Herring, in New York, Theo Taylor. Jamel, talk to me about this fight, because it's a real crossroads fight in terms of the loser, for example, in this fight. Where do they go? This is a huge night.
You know what's funny? It's considered a crossroads, mainly because of obviously with Josh's last performance, of course, with Catterall, which was a good fight. But for Theo, I think it's more for him because we just don't like. But it's mainly his mindset. Everyone's always asking about his mindset, where his mentality's at right now. So I think it's mainly more of Teofimo's back against the wall, because Josh Taylor is still the lineal champion of his division, respectfully. And if anything, Josh can say, "Listen, I grew out of the weight class. It's time for me to move up, and then we go from there." But it's definitely an interesting fight. I got your minds over here.
Is it fair to say that for Teofimo, though 25 years of age, he can come back from this in a way that he can rebuild his career, whereas for Josh, he's at the tail end of his career, it's probably a bit tougher?
Well, it's probably tough for Josh. I mean, remind you, me and Josh have been really good friends. We actually fought each other in the amateurs out in London, matter of fact. So that's what me and Josh Taylor met, and we've been great friends since then. This is back in 2011. So, of course, I mean, Josh is basically in the class that I'm in, or was in, whatever you want to put it. But for Teofimo, he does, he's young enough. He's young enough to bounce back if he does lose. But at the same time, he has to be smart and more than likely changes his team up, his circle up around him if he wants to be successful down the road. I mean, or he could have an early retirement if he doesn't make changes. But that's if he doesn't come out with the victory Saturday night.
I spoke to Teofimo, and one of the things that he alluded to was that he has this personal battle outside the ring, which is his next fight, regardless of anything else, right? So with Teofimo, if he did win this fight, who would you like to see him in against next, and where do you think that the ceiling is for Teo?
If Teofimo could beat a great fighter in Josh Taylor, I would probably like to see him at 140. That's a good one. He probably maybe like a Regis Prograis, who lost to Josh Taylor in the past, but Regis has definitely gotten, in my opinion, far better than what he was in that fight, and is still a force to be reckoned with in the division. But if not Regis, then maybe Devin Haney as well. Devin Haney plans on moving up to 140. I know his father Bill Haney is here, obviously for the scope out the winner of this upcoming main event. So that's a very high possibility. And plus, you already know there's been bad blood for those guys since how long? So, but again, it has to be maybe Prograis or like I said, hey, what the fuck? Oh, my man, I'm losing track.
I wanted to move on to something with you, because you're in a unique position.
Yeah.
Earl Spence, Bug Crawford, right? I know you don't want to give a prediction. We spoke about this plenty of times before, right?
Great fight for boxing. And honestly, even in my own mind, I do go back and forth because I know them both so well. I mean, Earl was my 2012 Olympic teammate. We trained together. Of course, Bud Crawford helped me win my first world title against Masako Ito. So we got chemistry there. But like, those guys are so different, but they're just great in their own way, in their own style. I mean, Earl, probably the bigger fighter, likes to come forward, the force to be reckoned with as well. Earl's the type of fighter where once his engine gets running, he just could constantly coming. I mean, we've seen it firsthand against his great fight with Kell Brook. Kell Brook was a great boxer in his own right. Kell Brook was actually the man at the time in the welterweight division, and he was giving Errol a run for his money in the first half of that fight. But Errol, when he gets that second win, he just comes forward and just keeps going until he gets his man out of there. But same as Bud though. Bud is the type of fighter where he has so many tools. He could fight conventional. He could fight southpaw. He could be a boxer. He could fight on the inside, and he has so many tools. And then, as you seen with the Sean Porter fight, when his trainer Bomac said, "Hey, I think you're down," he has that switch, and What did he do? He got Sean Porter out of it. No one has got Sean Porter out of there.
If I was pushing you right now for a prediction on that fight, you said you went back and forth. Right now, at this moment, where would you go?
Now,
This is what makes you a great commentator, because I know you're going to give me your honest opinion.
my honest opinion, right now, just if you're looking at the timing, and I could be wrong because, like I said, Errol's put me wrong before with the way he performed. Well, a lot of people wrong. I'd say I would lean more towards maybe a Bud because of the ring rust mainly on Errol's case. But then again, we've seen Errol come from car accidents and wrecks and still go out there and wreck opponents. But if I was forced to pick, I would definitely, probably lean a bit towards Bud, of course, because of inactivity, and say we're all getting older. But then again, Errol is younger than Bud as well, so that's what I mean. There's so many variables there, and then again, Errol, we've really never seen him hurt either. We never seen him hurt. If anything, if he gets hit with a good shot, he becomes a dog.
We've heard you in the UK on Sky Sports commentating. The UK fans love that, Jamel. You commentated on Shakur a couple of weeks ago when he was fighting in Newark. With Shakur Stevenson, he's someone that you shared the ring with. How good is he? How special is he? And do you think he beats Gervonta Davis? Do you think he beats Devin Haney?
I think that kid beats anybody out there you put in front of him on his best night. Honestly, and then Gervonta Davis is a great fighter also. So I think that'll probably be Shakur's toughest fight at lightweight, in my opinion, because of how dangerous Gervonta can be, and not just that. Gervonta is not a one-dimensional fighter. Gervonta Davis, he can box. He's smart. So that'll probably be the hardest challenge for Shakur. But I believe everybody else in the division, Shakur easily handles.
Well, Jamel, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, bro.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,